coming in really quick. I haven't watched anybody else's videos, and I'm sorry about the lighting, I'm sorry about the shakiness. I just happen to have some time alone. I'm taking a mini vacation. Okay, not really, but I had to take Cami an hour and a half away by myself today to her grandmother's house. Brianna had to work in Knoxville tomorrow, and she was taking Cash with her to her sister's house, and we're not going to be here, so I can't watch Cami. We have a family wedding this weekend in Nashville, and we're going with my parents. And so originally I was going to take Oz today, and we were going to go to Cami calls her Mimi. We're going to go to Mimi's house, and we were going to swim, but my dad offered, I asked him would he mind watching Oz while I ran this trip really quickly, and ended up being gone way longer than I meant to be, but he said sure. And so I put Oz down for a nap, and then I ran to Martin and ran a bunch of errands, and then I took Cami to her grandmother's house, which is an hour and a half away. I've already said that. It's in Kentucky. And then after that, so I was and this is so sad, but I was really excited to have this time in the car alone. And so I have spent this time, I watched like one video, but the most of the time I've just been thinking, and I kind of got a little bit lost because there's some road closures, and I did some praying and just trying to be really in the moment and thankful. And I have actually not watched Liz's video, but this afternoon before I left, when I checked my YouTube, the very first video that popped up was Tanya's what's your biggest mental mind, since WLS surgery, and whatever, you know what I mean, weight loss surgery. And I thought it was a really interesting video. I loved Tanya's response, and it's just so funny because I don't see that about her. If you follow her, if you know her, if you've watched that video. I haven't watched anybody else's, and I should have before I made my own, but I think that we have talked about this in the past, and I would be surprised if more people didn't have this similar answer. But I've really been thinking about that in the car, because I have just been beating myself up and continue to do so all the time. Okay, so my mental mind, you know what, and I'm not going to say the F word. It's not because I've never used the F word. I'm just trying to be better with my potty mouth. So I am just going to jump right into it. I think, and this is not a shocker, and if you guys have been following me very long, you probably know, but I think my greatest mental mind, you know what, since weight loss surgery has basically just been body dysmorphia, not realizing how far I've actually come. You guys know that, because here's my deal. When I was at my smallest, at like 170, 180 after weight loss surgery, I think the smallest I ever saw was like 173. I was only there for like a day, but I stayed at 176, 180 for a while, 181. When I was that small, I had no idea how tiny I was. And I would look at pictures, and I would even talk about being small. I would realize, like, I can't believe that's me. I might catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, or hold something up to wear, and I couldn't believe that I could fit into that. But I just had no idea how small I got. And I can remember saying things like, well, I'm still a big girl, or, I still am in this large girl category. And I know for a lot of you who started out smaller, that 180, 170 pounds is big. It was not for me, and I just had no idea. And I probably had about 20 pounds of loose skin on my body at the time. And of course I was working out nonstop. I just had no idea how small I had gotten until I started to gain weight with Oz, and then after breastfeeding, and how my body has changed since having him. I still don't realize, I'm gonna cry, how successful I've been And it's a real drag, let me tell you, because I constantly beat myself up. And, you know, I'm weighing like 240 right now, which is big, and I know a lot of people who have surgery at 240. But for somebody who started out at like, you know, 360, 370, 380, 240 is so, you know, that's a big chunk of weight. And for me, I mean, here, you guys have followed my journey long enough. You know, I am, after this next baby comes, I'm going to work my hardest to lose as much weight as I can. But I can tell you some things for sure. And this is just part of where I'm at with life and financial status and where I am in like my status of my relationship and how old I am and just all these things go into it. Where I live, there will never, I would love to have it, but it doesn't matter how small I get, there will never be a day where I will be able to have weight loss surgery. I mean, plastic surgery. I liked to play that game. I liked to pretend that could be a possibility, but it is very unlikely for me. And it doesn't matter if I lose another 50 pounds. It doesn't matter if I never lose any more weight than I am right now. There is definitely excess skin on my body, but that is not something that I will probably ever get the chance to do. And there's a lot of things that go into that, a lot of things that play into that, which I sort of mentioned a few. But I just, even now, so I was using that in the past tense of how successful I got. I don't realize now how successful I am. And I beat myself up all the time. I'm constantly so upset. You know, right now I'm in this stage of feeling very uncomfortable with my body because I have obviously gained a little weight and I really just look bigger. And if you didn't know I was pregnant, you would just think I was a regular fat person. If you know me and you know that I'm pregnant, you can already see the changes in my body. And I'm so grateful for that. But it is such a mental mind game. And anybody in my area or that I know personally that has weight loss surgery, I immediately talk to them about, I just say, if you need anything, I'm here for you, this, and this. Listen, I need you to know that this mental mind game never gets easier, and that it's hard. The struggle is so hard, and the way we perceive ourselves, and again, I'm not acting like I don't have weight to lose still, but I forget how far I've come and how successful I am. And there's a couple things, I'm sorry, a couple things. One, these collarbones, you guys, I never had collarbones before. This pointy chin, it was never, I mean, I've always had a pretty, my chin, the fact that you could even tell that I was pregnant the first and the second time, the fact that I even got pregnant, I mean, how awesome and how successful is that? That's the whole reason I had surgery to begin with, was to become a mom. I just don't appreciate and realize how far I've come. I just constantly beat myself up for having the weight gain, not being able to get it off, not being able to maintain a healthier, I don't want to say healthy lifestyle, but not being able to maintain that 180 pound loss, because I did lose like 180 pounds initially. I beat myself up all the time, and I just don't realize how far I've come, how successful I am. I know I keep saying that, but it's the truth, and that has been the biggest mental mind game. This week, you know how honest kids are. 7-year-old Cami, she has a swing in her room, and she says, when the baby's here, when the new baby comes, because they've moved to a new house since we had us, would you like to sit in my swing and hold the baby and rock the baby? And I know that's that's ridiculous? But the fact that she thought that I could do that was incredible. Because when I weighed at my heaviest, what I weighed, there's no way I could have done that. And I said, well, Kimmy, baby, I just don't know. I don't know if that swing will hold my weight. And she goes, well, my mom sits in that swing. And I said, yeah, but I'm bigger than your mom. She goes, you are? Okay, she's 7, guys, but she's honest. And I listened to that story and I got really tickled. And Bree said, she looks at me and she goes, I sit in that swing all the time and I hold Kimmy, and that would be about what you weigh. She was like, so I think you'll be fine. But later, when I was complaining about something, Bree goes, well, you know who doesn't think that you look big? Kimmy. And she said, she's 7. And you know how honest kids are. And she said, she doesn't know about numbers of weight, but she knows what big and little is. And she said, she thought you could fit in her swing and rock that baby. And Bree's so right. And I constantly am beating myself up. It's just I'm not having a really rough time. So I'm so glad Liz put this out there. Because I needed this reminder of what a mind game and what a mental mind, you know what, this whole weight loss thing has been. And it's just little things like that I realize how successful I am. When I see people at the grocery store that I haven't seen in a long time, but know what I look like before, this just recently happened like 2 weeks ago. Keep in mind, I've gained some weight and I'm pregnant. I don't even know this girl knew that. But she walked up to me and she was like, you look amazing. She said, I keep up with you on Facebook. She said, but you just look so phenomenal. She said, I'm just so proud of you. She said, I can't believe how well you've done. Now keep in mind, there's all these pictures of me 50 pounds lighter on Facebook. But I don't realize it's people that knew me before, know how big that I've gotten, that are able to see how successful I am. And I know that I started making videos not at my heaviest, but after a couple months after weight loss surgery. So you guys have followed my journey, and I know that you guys are always so supportive and so loving and are always very complimentary about the way that I look, or you know how good I look, or whatever. It's not that you guys don't know. But you guys also saw me at my smallest a lot. And now are just hearing me talk about these crazy things all the time, and with this weight gain. And I don't know, but it's just people that knew me, that grew up with me, that know where I started. That sometimes it's just so good to run into those people, because I'm really big to avoid them. And hear them say those things, because I need that reminder sometimes of how successful I am and how far I've come and how blessed I am. And I know it. I know that I am, but I don't always. It's just been such a mental mind thing. So that is probably my biggest mental mind deal is that I don't realize how far I've come. I don't appreciate how far I've come, and I basically just have this huge body dysmorphia thing going on. And I just don't realize that I don't, the way I see myself and the way other people see me are different. And I am so thankful that I had this weight loss surgery. At the end of the day, I'm so thankful. Even, with all the issues and the problems that I've had, I'm so thankful for it. And I'm so thankful that I had this community. And I'm so thankful that I have a great support system. And that I'm able to have kids. There's a lot of things I'm thankful for. So anyways, that's it. I just want to share that with you. I will see you later. Bye.